Okay, so let's get more on what this actually is that you're going to be doing. So I think for this, I am actually going to use the T cards now. So let's see, this community-led, this being of service, what are you actually going to be doing? Okay, we have new home, new attitude. So for some of you, if you're already in the process of moving, this idea is going to come to your mind, or you've been thinking about moving somewhere else, and this is where the idea comes into your mind of what you can do and how you can do it. Because for some of you, I feel like you have been thinking about living spaces that are movable. So that could be like a mobile home, or I don't know, maybe living on a boat or living in a caravan. Is something like that, or being able to move around, being able to basically do this work wherever your home is, if that makes sense. But you have been thinking about perhaps relocating or moving. But there's also something about keeping things in balance. So there's an energy of okay, for some of you, you've had this idea of moving, of changing location. But in the thought process of that is where this idea has come into fruition. And actually, what you've realised is a real need for balance. So you may have decided that actually, your work life and your love life are coming into this kind of balance. Because there's definitely something about you opening up your heart in what you're going to be doing. Because before, you've been very unclear about certain situations in your life, maybe certain things that you want to do or how you want to go about things. But you're having this realization now of what needs to change, of where you need to go with it, of how you need to open up with it. And you realize this need for your nest. Okay, so an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Now, if you remember, we had these two cards come out in part 1, which was about that sentimental attachment and the commitment. And it's this legacy energy again. I've put Manas back actually, but Manas was the rune that we picked for this, if you remember, that was saying about legacy, long term. And that's what this 10 of Pentacles is suggesting with the death in reverse there, and nest. Because it's kind of suggesting that you've had this realization of needing to be emotionally secure. So again, that King of Cups coming out at the end of part 1 was suggesting like you want to be emotionally secure, and you've realized how to be emotionally secure. So for some of you, this is almost like, I see you living on some kind of environment like a farm or just in nature, and you're feeling really secure on a lot of levels. This is financially, emotionally, spiritually as well. And it's through this kind of awakening that you've had. You've sort of had some kind of awakening spiritually that's brought you to this. So I do feel this being of service is actually something along the lines of being of service in a spiritual sense. So for some of you, this could be about becoming a yoga teacher. It could be Reiki, that like energy healing, that kind of thing. But it's something, or making some kind of circles, like circles for men and women and things like that. Or like, rewilding, that sort of thing. So it says owl here, good advice from a wise person. So it's interesting because you had the Hierophant earlier as well. So it's almost like talking to somebody who you feel is wise, or that you feel is a spiritual teacher. Things that they've said to you have helped you to really understand and realize your gifts, realize what's in you that you can bring to the world, what your talents are, for some of you, it's like your ability to see in the dark. You can see other people's fears, you see other people's pain, and you have the ability to kind of bring that forward for them to look at. And in a way, it's almost like you trigger people in lots of ways. You trigger them, but in triggering them, you're helping them to realize their fears. And then it's up to them, it's on them what they do with that. But I feel like you've realized that you have this ability, and it's not to be wasted, you know. It's something that you can go with. There's something about rats. I don't know why that just popped into my head. It's like mice or rats, but more specifically rats. And there's something about eating up the poison. So if you've got a rat in your home at the moment, or around your home, or you see one, this is your confirmation that that rat is working with you on a spiritual sense of eating up the poison that is kind of blocking you from really recognizing your gifts, okay? So don't be afraid if you see it. It's not a negative thing. It's not a sneaky thing. It's something that's actually helping you to eat up the poison. And whatever the poison was, it's having less impact on you now. Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And that was when you had Yera before in the last reading. You've kind of been through this slow process of breaking down what is no longer serving you. And it's taken its time. And the interesting thing is with camels, I think they have like capillaries inside them, don't they, where they store all the water. Like we think that their hump is like full of water, but it's not. It's like all held inside these capillaries. And that reminds me again of like the mycelium, that network of nurturing that goes on. So this is like, you know, food and water constantly regenerating, constantly being replenished. And this is the alignment that you're in at the moment, is allowing yourself to really be stable and know that you have everything you need coming to you. You have everything you need around you. It's a good energy. It feels secure. And I feel like this is new for you. You're really starting to understand and feel that security. Turkey, someone behaving stupidly, but you're starting to realise this. You are letting go. Okay, so for some of you, there's one aspect in your life, and I'm going to pick up these two again. This could be a connection with somebody, or it could be maybe a job that you haven't been able to get rid of, but something has been sucking the life out of you almost. It's been kind of banging your head against the wall, taking away your inspiration, your enthusiasm, and you've recognised this now. And you've recognised it's almost like this person or this situation just feels silly to you now. It's like, why? Why is this? I don't need to entertain this. I don't need to keep putting energy into this. And in having that realisation, you're bringing yourself out of that. So what is happening with that situation? Because that came out almost like a red herring. It's just like a addition to this. Okay. Because it's blocking your glow up. It's blocking your ability to be seen or feel like you are worthy. Something is almost trying to, like, I do feel for many of you this is a person, and I feel like they do see that you can shine. They see but they don't want you to. It's almost like in you shining dims their light. But in you shining a light on them, it is dimming your light. And it's blocking you from your Six of Wands, which is victory, success, and having triumph. You know, some of you, you're about to be really seen, whether you're influencers now on TikTok or wherever, or you may be becoming that. But you are about to be seen in a very good light. You know, people want to see you. People want to be around you. You're looking good. You are looking very good. And I feel like people want to reach out and they want to give you a hand up. But that's because you've detached from this, someone behaving stupidly, okay? Someone isn't seeing your worth. They're not seeing all that's about you, and you've been putting too much attention into that. It's time to let that go. It's time to move forward. Time to unburden yourself, unpack this that's not even yours, okay? Because this is here waiting for you. It's ready for you. You are of service here. You're being called upon to do this, but you have to allow yourself to feel safety in what is becoming comfortable. I'm going to leave this reading here for you. If that resonates with you, please do get in touch. You can drop me a DM to get a 2-question reading for £10, or you can book a full reading, 30 minutes, £35 as a video call. Have a blessed day.